Welcome to The Explainer. All right, let's talk Halloween. We're going to break down how to make sure this spooky season is a total treat and not a terrifying trick for our furry family members.
I mean, we love all the spooky fun, right? But for our pets, think about it. All the costumes, the doorbell going off nonstop, weird decorations everywhere. It can be genuinely overwhelming, and that can turn the holiday from fun to flat-out frightening or even dangerous really fast.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. Let's try and see the holiday from their point of view for a second. What are they actually going through on Halloween night?
From their perspective, the night is just this chaotic jumble of unsettling sounds and strange sights. I mean, just imagine, the doorbell rings, which they think signals a visitor, or a threat, every couple of minutes. And these visitors? They're people in weird costumes who look and sound totally unfamiliar. When you think of it that way, it's pretty easy to see why this whole thing can be super stressful for them.
So knowing all that, our first job is to make their home base, their environment, as safe and predictable as we possibly can. And believe me, a little prep work here is going to go a long, long way.
Think about it. So many of our classic decorations are basically irresistible chew toys or major hazards for a curious pet. That happy wagging tail, it can easily knock over a lit jack-o'-lantern. In those fake, stringy cobwebs, a cat might see that as a fun toy, but if they swallow it, it can cause some really serious internal problems.
And this is where some super simple swaps can make a huge difference. You don't have to give up the festive spirit at all. For example, just switching out real candles for those battery-operated LEDs, you get the exact same spooky glow, but with zero fire hazard. That's what I call an easy win.
Okay, this one is huge. The front door is going to be opening and closing all night for trick-or-treaters. This makes an escape-proofing plan absolutely vital. A scared or stressed-out pet might see that open door as their one and only chance to bolt from a situation they find terrifying.
And vets are all on the same page here. Your pet's best ticket home if they do get out is up-to-date identification. So right now, go check. Make sure their collar and tags are on and that the microchip info is current. It's such a simple check that can literally make all the difference in the world.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about maybe the biggest toxic threat of the entire night, the candy bowl. Seriously, this is where we have to be extra careful.
And it's not just about the chocolate, which, yes, is dangerous in all its forms. But you've also got to watch out for the artificial sweetener xylitol. It's in a ton of sugar-free candy and gum, and it is extremely toxic to dogs. And hey, don't forget, even the crinkly wrappers themselves can be a huge problem, causing choking or serious internal blockages if they get eaten.
Hey, just because our human candy is a big no-no, that doesn't mean our pets have to miss out on all the fun. It just means we need to find a better, safer way for them to get in on the celebration.
And you can totally do this yourself. It's so easy to whip up some festive, pet-safe treats. You can use simple things like pumpkin puree, which, by the way, most dogs absolutely love. It's just a fantastic way to give them their very own special snack. Now, here's a real pro tip. Distraction is your best friend. A really good toy can completely redirect their attention from all the chaos. You know, a treat dispensing puzzle or a super durable chew toy. That can keep them so busy and mentally engaged that they barely even notice the doorbell ringing.
Okay, let's talk about the main event for a lot of us pet owners, the costume. It's a huge part of the fun for sure, but we really need to tackle this with our pet's comfort as the #1 priority.
And it is incredibly popular. I mean, we're talking over 30 million people in the US alone dressing up their pets. But the most important question we need to ask ourselves isn't how ridiculously cute do they look in this little pirate hat? No, the real question is, are they actually comfortable? We have to be pet detectives here, watching their every reaction and reading their body language. Because honestly, a lot of pets find costumes really stressful, or tight, or just plain weird. So if you see any of these signs, if they freeze up or try to hide or start desperately trying to chew the costume off, that's their way of screaming, "I am not having a good time." And we absolutely have to listen to that. If that happens, it's time to ditch the costume and maybe go for a simple, festive bandana or a fun collar instead. But if your pet is one of the ones who's totally cool with it and seems to be loving the extra attention, then by all means, have some fun with it. You could even do a cool DIY costume, like this incredible unicorn. And the magic of a costume like this is that it comes from just a few simple things you can grab at a craft store. You just need a pre-made doggy shirt for the base, some fun, shiny material for the horn and ears, and a bunch of colorful yarn for that awesome rainbow mane.
But listen, it doesn't matter if the costume is store-bought or something you made yourself. These safety checks are completely non-negotiable. It has to allow for full movement. It can't block their vision, hearing, or breathing. And there can't be any little parts that could chew off and swallow. It's always, always safety first, style second.
Okay, so we've covered candy and costumes. Now let's get into managing the social side of the night. You know, the parties, the constant stream of people, which for a lot of pets is actually the most stressful part of it all. Honestly, creating a designated calm zone is probably the single best thing you can do for a pet that gets anxious. Just set them up in a quiet room away from the front door. Give them their bed, their favorite toys, and maybe put on some soft music or a white noise machine to help drown out the doorbell. It gives them a secure little sanctuary to retreat from all the craziness.
All right, to wrap all this up, let's just run through a final checklist. Think of this as your game plan for a safe and happy Halloween with your pet.
If you can just run through these 6 points, you're really setting everyone up for a good night. Stash the treats way out of reach. Decorate safely. Secure the house so there are no escape artists. Check that costume for comfort and safety. Create that awesome calm zone. And double-check their ID. This right here is your blueprint for a fun, worry-free holiday for the whole family.
You know, when you think about it, Halloween is kind of the perfect reminder. If we always keep our pets' comfort and safety right at the front of our minds, we can make sure that every holiday feels just as special and exciting for them as it does for us. And isn't that what it's all about?